Okay guys, so in this module, you're going to be looking at a video. You're going to also be looking through a PowerPoint about cultural awareness. And then your assignment this week is to write about your own culture. But I wanted to talk with you just to get a few key things down for you guys to understand what I'm looking for in your writing. So when we're talking about race versus culture, remember we're talking about different things, okay? Race is it's a way that we are classified. Usually has to do with our skin color, and that's the way society kind of separates us into groups. Okay, culture is a more self-ascribed thing. So while I may have been born my race white, I have ethnicity or culture that I may identify with. And this could be different things. So if you're from up north, okay, I'm a New Englander, we have a certain attitude in New England that's a little bit different than maybe other parts of the country. Same thing if you're from the South, right? There's a culture, there are values, there's a way of being that you get kind of identified with and associated with, right? South Florida, okay, our culture, pub subs, flip-flops, anywhere, you can wear them everywhere, right? That is not true in other places. If you were to wear flip-flops out in Chicago to something nice, they would be like, oh, what is wrong with you, right? So your ethnicity, the culture of your ethnicity really comes from something that you kind of ascribe to yourself and kind of that you take on of your own volition. So for instance, you may have two different backgrounds or heritages. In my family, we are French, Canadian, and also Swedish, but I grew up mostly with my French Canadian side. So, you know, speaking French country music, ploy, the food, all of those things go into kind of the culture that I was raised in. But I also moved down here, and so now I was exposed to all these different cultures, which I'm so thankful for. And so now I also feel very comfortable or feel like it's part of my culture, you know, to have empanadas and things like that around because I've had that around me. So culture is more of what you associate with yourself. Your parents could have a very different culture, right? Especially if you come from, your family comes from another place, and maybe they're less assimilated to the United States and you grew up more American. You know, there are things that your family still follows that maybe you don't follow anymore. Maybe you are deciding to continue it with your family. But when you're doing these assignments, I want you to really, when you're doing the assignment about your culture, not just write the details of what your family is, but really explore how, you know, your own race and ethnicity affected you growing up, affected the way you looked at the world, how others may view you because of who you are, your race and your culture. What ways does your family participate in that culture? And, you know, are you planning on continuing that? Do you still speak their languages, or did you let it go and you didn't even try? Looking at your own growing up helps you understand how you view the world. We're going to be looking at people from all over in different places and places that do things differently than we do. Okay, you take something like child labor. Here we may look at that and think that's a very negative thing, but in some other places that's a really important part of their economy, and the children aren't raised thinking this is not a great situation, but a way that they are helping their family. A lot of other cultures are more family based, and your culture may be, but when we think about the United States and who Americans are, we value our independence, don't we? As we're seeing with all of this stuff going on right now. So this is a really fun thing to do. We're going to get into some really heavy, kind of sad, not so fun stuff that we're going to be looking at as we go through the course. So have fun with this and really dive into who you are, where you come from. Share it with your classmates. Read your classmates. I always learn really cool things about other people's cultures and traditions in this section. In the module, there's directions and everything, but I really wanted to go over, you know, how to really look at these things and comment thoughtfully and write thoughtfully about your own background. Okay, have fun with it.